$164,000 lost in a single day and 146,000 lost in a single month, and every single dollar was my fault. Hey, I'm the chip trader. I trade only the chip stocks. If you're new here, I'm a software engineer who trades the semiconductor options 1 to 2 hours a day. Quick disclaimer, this isn't a financial advice. I'm just a trader recording my trades and documenting what I have learned. This is the video I honestly didn't want to make. It's embarrassing, but I think it's the most important one in this channel. I thought I got it figured out, and then this happened. I'm going to show you the trades, the mistakes, and the lessons I learned. So let's get to it. To understand December, you need to understand what happened before December. September and October 2025. I made over $200,000 in 2 months. As a guy who just started trading, if you're making that kind of money, something happens in your brain. You stop respecting risk. You start thinking you are smarter than the market, and every trade you take works. You size up again, and you think this is easy. I want to be really honest here. I got greedy, I got overconfident, and I started doing things that no responsible trader should ever do. Here is what I was doing before going into December. I already made 100K in September, and I almost finished 100K in October, and it was October 29th, and I already made $12,000 that day. And then I did one stupid thing. I bought 100 contracts of Nvidia September 2026 $270 calls, 100 contracts. Yeah, I never traded 100 contracts before. Max I did was like 10. Bought them on October 29th. I already made 12,000 that day, and at some point it started going down. That was the day when Nvidia hit 212, its highest, and it started going down. I should have normally closed that position at that point, but if I close that, then my total profit would be less than 10,000. Yeah, I just wanted to see a big number on that day, and I liked the feeling of about 10,000. I think that's the biggest mistake. So I didn't close it. I kept the position open, not because I had conviction, not because the thesis was strong, but because I didn't want to see a small green number on my screen for one day. The decision to protect a temporary feeling cost me $125,000 44 days later. And also I had some other 10 contracts for I think AMD. Again, the same thesis. I was thinking like all semiconductors are going to the moon. I think that was the peak. I'll show you the chart shortly. And here is the thing that like kills me the most. I had position in stocks that weren't even in my lane. I bought CoreWeave, Amazon, Astera Labs. I was just reading the news, and I broke my own rule. I'm supposed to only trade these these stocks, Nvidia, AMD, and Broadcom. But when you're riding high, you think rules don't apply to you. Let me show you the trading view chart and walk you through what happened that day. So this is the Nvidia chart, one day chart. Like we are seeing the time frame of October 2025. Before I go into this, I just want to show you like what are the different indicators which I use. I use the white one, 9 EMA, the exponential moving average, the 20 exponential moving average, and also have the 200 one, the dotted purple one is 200. And I use MACD, and sometimes I use RSI, RSI, the relative strength index. And I also use VWAP, but for now, this is the day chart, so I just don't use this for day charts. So I check the daily chart for the long-term trend. Is the stock bullish or bearish? And then I drop down into the smaller time frames, either 5 minute, 1 minute, or sometimes even 10 seconds to find my entries and exits for the trade. The same indicators for all the time frames, and every single one of them was telling me to get out. I just didn't listen on that day. I'll tell you why, what happened. So on October 29th, you see this is the peak. Let me mark this. So it hit 212 that day. On 29th, I already made $12,000 that day. And then it went down a little bit. I should have exited the same day, but as I said, I just wanted to see a bigger positive green number on my daily goal. So I just didn't close it. And within a week, if you see, it started going down and down and down. So whenever there's a big crash, you'll see a small bump up again. It is called dead cat bounce. So Nvidia pops up almost like 6% one day. All my leaps would have recovered some value. I could have cut my losses maybe at 50% that day if I sold it, I think at around 200. But I did not sell because in my head, the post earnings calls, the price went up by like almost 6% that day, and it is at 200. I thought it's going to recover, but it didn't recover. Again, the thing about leaps is a 15% drop in the stock doesn't mean 15% drop in your calls. It almost means sometimes 80 to 90% drop because you're getting crushed by both delta and theta at the same time. Time decay is eating you alive while the stock moves further away from your strike price. So every indicator I use, the EMS, MACD, RSI, the volume, everyone, all the indicators told me to sell, but I did not. Actually, let me show you the 5-minute chart. So this is the 5-minute chart. You can see when it hit 212, the RSI and below here, it is way above 70. Above 70 means overbought, and below 30 means it's like oversold. Whenever the stock generally hits above 70, the stock reverses. Again, it's not a rule, but it is generally considered one of the major indicator which helps in tracking the direction. So it hit 70, above 70. I think it's around 73. Oh, here it's 84 since it is a 5-minute call, whereas here in the one day it is around 73, and it said sell. Then I saw a MACD crossover here and it started going red. It also means MACD is saying sell. And also I saw huge red candle volume spikes, if you see here, during this time, and I ignored those red candles volumes as well. And even it was going below the EMA, and the price was going below VWAP. I ignored all the signals, all the calls where I should have just stick to it, and I should have sold it, but I did not. I think now in November it came again to 210, but again it went all the way down. I ended up selling it in December 12th at 175, and I lost $125,000 on just on Nvidia. You know what the lesson is? It's not about having the right indicators, it's about actually following them. So I had the right indicators, everything was saying okay, just sell it, but I was so focused on having my big numbers and having one good positive day, and I let my emotions take over and I did not sell it. So here's what I've learned since: it's okay to take a loss, it's okay to close red, it is okay if stock goes up the next day after you sold, because you closed as part of your rule. And rules are what keep you alive in this market. Your ego doesn't keep you alive, your rules do. So that is the hard truth which I learned in a very painful way. And coming back to December, I had 2 red days. The first one on December 4th, I had lost $43,000. If I click on it, you can see I lost 23,000 in CoreWeave, 17,000, almost 17,000 in Amazon, and 4,300 in Astera Labs. CoreWeave, a stock I had no business trading, cost me $23,000. Let me tell you the CoreWeave story because it's a lesson on its own. Back in early October, CoreWeave was running really good. Like, it was moving fast. I saw a lot of momentum there. I thought I need to get on this. I got FOMO, so I started day trading like CoreWeave calls. Made a couple of $100 here and there. I felt easy. So what did I do? I bought like 10 leap contracts on the stock. I never analyzed, no charts, no thesis, no understanding of the company. I was chasing momentum on the name. So I saw it like move for 2 days, and then when it reversed, I had no framework to know when to exit. I just sat there for 55 days watching it bleed until it finally like cost me $23,000. So don't chase the stocks you don't know. If you don't have a chart setup, if you don't understand the price action, if you can't tell me where the support and resistance levels are, you have no business being in that trade. Same for Amazon and Astera Labs as well. And after 8 days, I had the worst day in my trading life. I lost 164K on the day. I sold my Nvidia calls that day for 125K loss, and also I closed my AMD 300 calls that day for 30K loss, so almost 150K loss. So I'm sitting there with this loss, and what do? I revenge traded. I started day trading Broadcom shares, and I bought like 1,000 shares at the time, trying to scalp back the losses. 3 tries, and I lost around like 8,000 in Broadcom that day. By the end of the day, my total loss was in I think some 170K plus, and I had one small trade which I closed, which was a long trade which I had opened. So the net was 164K loss that day. So here's the crazy thing. After December 12th, looking at the rest of the month, you see that there was not a single red day. I was so careful. And actually, let me switch the view. You can see all the 4 months which I day traded here. So September, I had like $107,000 profit and 5,000 loss. So the net is 101. For October, it was 118K profits and 15,000 loss. So net is 103. Whereas for November, 66 and 800. Whereas for December, I made $74,000, which is actually a good number. But those two bad days, 40 and 165, which wiped out like almost this loss. So I ended up with minus 146 thousand for that month. But the net, I think I still made 163,000 this year. So I made half a million profits, but I lost 338K. So the net was 163. And 2026 is good, though I think I recovered most of the things here. And my drawdown was like super low, I mean, super high in December. I'll show you an interesting chart here. So there is something called drawdown in PennyTrack. If you have never seen a drawdown chart before, let me explain what it means. Drawdown measures how far your account has fallen from the highest point. So your account, let's say, peaks at 200K profit and it drops like 150K to 150K profit. Essentially, you lost 50K and your drawdown is 50,000. So basically, 25% is the drawdown. It is saying from your best day ever, how bad did it get? So you see these red strikes. Let me actually switch to one here. Yeah, this is the one. So you see, this is the December 4th one when I lost like 43K. And then I hit December 12th. I hit the bottom here. And it took almost like 3 months to recover. Now again, I'm almost flat back here. So you see, this is my cumulative profit and loss. Almost I'm back again. So another interesting metric is the PennyTrack score. If you see over the last 1 year, you see I get like drawdown is my score is 0 and consistency is, it says consistent is 0, risk to reward is 9. I think that's because of that one bad trade. And if I checked, and my total score is 30, which is below average, but the trades which I made after the December, if you look at that, the score came from 30 to 73, which is good. And you see the recovery drawdown and everything, it's like really good. So I think I learned a lot. So here are the lessons which that December trade taught me. or the mistakes which I did. Mistake number one, the position sizing. 100 contracts of Nvidia Leaps, that's insane. That's not trading, that's gambling. I had way too much money in a single position. Mistake number two, no stop losses. I held these leaps for almost 44 days, watching them bleed. Every day I told myself it will come back. It didn't come back. I should have cut losses at 20% max. Instead, I took a 90% loss. Mistake number three, revenge trading. After realizing 150k in losses, I tried to day trade 3000 shares of Broadcom to win it back. That's the textbook revenge trading, and it cost me another 24,000. Mistake number four, trading outside of my lane. CoreWeave was running hot. I jumped in to action without knowing the stock. No chart setup, no support levels, nothing. Just chasing the momentum. Don't trade the stocks you don't know. Mistake number five, chasing daily green. On October 29th, I had the chance to close the Nvidia position. I already made 12,000 that day. And yeah, if I had closed that day, my profit and loss drops below 10,000, but that should have been okay. I just liked seeing big numbers, and that cost me a lot. Mistake number six, I ignored my own indicators. The EMS, MACDs, RSI, everything was saying sell, 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 but I did not. And the biggest lesson which I learned out of all this is, it's okay to take a loss. It's okay to close the day red. Let me say that again. It is okay to close the day red. If the stock goes up the next day after you sell, that's fine, because you closed it as part of your own rule, and your rules are what keep you alive in this market. Your ego doesn't keep you alive, your rules do. I already said this, I'm saying it again. Sometimes you'll make good money in the morning, then a bad trade will wipe out all your profit that day. Just don't hang on to that losing trade just to protect the temporary green. Think long term. One red day doesn't matter, but one blown up account does. And after that, I added three rules. Rule number one, the max position size limit. I don't trade more than 10 contracts. Then daily loss limit, and rule three is no revenge trading. Same charts, same stocks, and same indicators, but different risk management this time. That's why I'm making almost like 50,000 a month. Again, I was not making like 100k per month in September and October, but that's okay. 50k is good. Again, my goal is to make 20k per month. Anything above that is a bonus for me. If you're watching this and you had a blown up month, you're not alone. But if you're still doing the same thing that caused it, nothing is going to change. If you got value from this video, feel free to like and subscribe. I post new videos every week. The wins, the losses, everything real. I track all my trades in PennyTrack. There's a link in the description. It's free. You can try it out. Drop a comment if you had a blown up month. I want to hear your story. What happened? What did you change? I read every comment, and I try to respond to every comment. Next video, I'll be breaking down the 3 stocks I trade, what indicators I use, and what are the things which I look into before trading. And I'm the Chip Trader. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.